I should be like you, Mel.
Ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Cherries fans from around the world, wherever you are watching this morning. Again, I think it's going to continue to get gloomier as the winter gets closer. Is it the same for you this morning, Mal?
Morning, Ollie. Good morning, everybody in the chat. Mr. Blue Sky is here today.
Oh,
so looking forward to this. Yeah, all good here. Yeah.
Good. Fantastic. Obviously, the weekend is soon to be upon us with the Premier League back tomorrow. Go and catch yesterday's show for our lineups and standout players and rundowns of the weekend to come. We've got a few more bits and bobs today. Do excuse me if I keep going in and out with the voice. I think I've woken up with a bit of illness this morning. Let's have a quick look in the chat. We've got Chris Hubble saying good morning and Paul Sands saying good morning.
Good morning, Chris, and good morning, Paul. Good to have you on board.
Yeah, Dan Short as well. Morning, Ollie and Mal. Just out on a dog walk around Ashley Cross and it's bloody freezing.
Morning, Dan.
I'm not surprised, Dan. As I said, it doesn't look like the warmest day here. Let's get straight into it, Mal, because yesterday there was quite a big news story, really, that came out local to Bournemouth, wasn't there, in regards to stadium plans, ground plans?
Yeah, certainly was. The transfer plans for the land at Kings Park to AFC Bournemouth has been approved, which is, the next step, basically, in the process. Something we've all been waiting for. Ollie and myself had a quick chat before we come on air. Obviously, me being a different generation to him, we can think back to the times when, loads of speculation, big ideas, but nothing came to fruition. But since Bill's come in with his team, put all his proposals on the table, and step by step, everything's getting approved, which is really wonderful. It just shows in which direction the club as a whole is going forward. And I'm just so super excited for all the fans, to be honest with you. Yes, there will be people that might disagree with what's happening, but once the final plans have been finished and the stadium is as proposed, I think people will probably forget quite quickly. But for the fans that go week in, week out, they're going to really enjoy, what's coming forward.
I was just about to say, do you think there's still quite a lot of pushback from people in the local area about expansion plans for the ground, or is it much smoother nowadays, as you said?
I think the local governments, or call them what you like, they're all on board with it now. They can see exactly what's happening, what the potential is, especially for the community as a whole. I mean, I'm not just talking around Kings Park. I mean, the wider area, and it's something that many fans want to see happening, to see the club grow. Obviously, we've seen it on the pitch itself, and the stadium has always been a big talking point ever since we got in the Premier League. And get this first phase out of the way through the close season before next season starts. Yeah, it's just massive for the club. I'm not going to talk about figures, how many places are going to be in the stadium eventually, because I just think they're doing the right thing. They're not going to go overboard and maybe build it so big that they can't fill all the seating. So rather keep it compact as it is, which I think is rather wonderful.
Yeah.
It'll generate a wonderful atmosphere, obviously, with more people in the stadium. Even if it only goes up to say 22,000 eventually.
Yeah.
So, why talk about a 30 to 40,000 seater stadium? It's from my point of view, I would say that's too much. We're not like maybe Brighton or Brentford, so if we get up to maybe 25 as max, super.
Yeah, what a huge increase as it is. That'd already be double the figures anyway, up to 25. I think right. I think an increase in size too quickly and too rapidly sometimes can be a negative impact. Right, we've seen it before. I think Fratton Park's a good example at Portsmouth.
Yeah.
That was an increase in size, and then they struggled for the next 10 years, didn't they? Excuse me. So you can see these things happening. Do you reckon that ties in with Bill Foley visiting at the end of the month? Some of these plans are going through at the minute.
I think it'll be part on his agenda, definitely. But when Bill comes over, he's going to have a list in his pocket of people to speak with, jobs to do. I think it's obviously got to be a big part of it because that's his project with his team. And I think he'll be more than happy. And in fact, he was probably ecstatic once he got the news, that it's been approved. Just pure brilliant motivation.
Yeah, agreed. Some comments here. Nick says, "Good morning, lads. Working tomorrow, so missing the Palace game, but will listen when I can in my breaks. It'll be tough, but we can definitely win out the Cherries North Departments."
Morning, Nick.
Paul says the local council can see the revenue it can bring the area.
Yeah.
He said it has a worldwide audience. Yeah, absolutely. Nick says, agree, Malcolm. The club is different now with all the community involvement, the ladies' team so successful, and of course, competing in the Premier League. And Bill is a serious owner with serious plans. Yeah,
exactly. Spot on. Yeah. Thanks for that, Nick.
Yeah. And Paul also says perhaps Bill will have a big announcement regarding Andoni.
Yeah, just one of many points when he comes over. So, yeah, just watch this space. Take it as it comes. Ignore all the noise outside of the bubble, and be positive. Trust the process.
Exactly.
Again,
every time, doesn't it?
Cheers, everybody.
So next on the list, obviously, yesterday we discussed returning injuries. So I just want to throw in that now is back 22nd of November. So don't be expecting him for another 6 weeks or so. And then we wanted to discuss really, I think one of the reasons it came up was Tav, wasn't it? And why, coincidentally, he wasn't in either of our lineups for the Palace game or on our sub bench.
Yeah, well, I must be honest, I made a blooper because obviously I put Soler in and he's not available. So, so we could always put Tav on the bench, couldn't we? So doing it that way.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, but I still feel like that's he's lucked out by getting that opportunity here. Whereas initially, it's not like we both went, right, it has to be in the squad. We're up against Palace, big game this weekend. Tav's got to be involved. Neither of us thought that.
Go on.
I was just going to say, is that an issue for him moving forward? Like, is he going to now be in a position where he's having to fight for his role on the pitch?
I think all players are going to have to fight for their places. It doesn't matter, if you're Trafford or Semenyo, whoever, they've got to give it everything. My take on it is, I mean, I like Tav, really do. Good player. He has not gone forward as much as the others. Let's just put it that way. All right, he stepped up as Brooksy, as Semenyo. Watch this space what Kluivert can possibly do tomorrow if he starts. So that'll give us a good indication of how things are. I think Tav will he'll get minutes either way. Now, whether he starts or not, it's up to Andoni, isn't it? But hey ho. Yeah, he has to push on and keep pushing and keep pushing, if he wants his starting place.
Yeah.
But yeah, do like him. I'm not one of these, fans who got a bit of negativity about certain players all the time. Yeah.
Well, look, I think with the Bournemouth squad, it's strange, isn't it? Because it completely depends who gets put out in the starting 11 and who our opponents are, and with those two differentiating factors, any of our players have the opportunity to stand out. I mean, we've seen it before. We've seen Tyler Adams have a fantastic game. We've seen Tav have fantastic games. We've seen Semenyo, own the pitch entirely. So it's more than possible, isn't it, that he misses out this weekend, but next weekend against Forest, he gets his go and he puts slots on the way in 10 minutes. So,
absolutely. They have to earn their places. And that is the thing with Andoni, that it's not just on game day, it's also in training, because he sees them day in, day out, doesn't he? But really, it's a very healthy squad, crikeys. Who'd have believed? But hey ho, we got opposition, and you actually asked me my thoughts on how Palace would line up.
Yep.
So I did a little bit of looking up this morning, and difficult to know exactly how the starting lineup will go, because the last 2 to 3 games they've had more or less the same. Previous to that, there are different players in.
Yeah. But
I'm going to stick with their last starting lineup, with a possibility of one alteration. All right. So if you want me to run through it, I'd go obviously Henderson in goal, Gay, Lecro, and Richards at the back. So they play with a back 3, and then 4 across the middle: Mitchell, Kamada, Wharton, and Munoz. Pretty strong in the middle of the park. In front of them, Pino and Sarr, with Matuta up front. Now, the only other possibility I looked at, and they did do this once, they put Kamada in place of Sarr in front of the midfield, and possibly Will Hughes could drop in the midfield there. Either or. I mean, they've got players, mate. They've got a decent squad.
Yeah, I think this is down to our midfield marking them out essentially and controlling that middle area.
Very much, yeah. I mean, it's twofold, isn't it? Yes, midfield. Who's going to control it? And if we can either break through or get over the midfield, then you've got to try and get through this low block that they like to play. Palace, they're very, very well organised defensively. Yeah, it's going to be a toughie, no denying it. But it's, from a tactical battle, I think it's brilliant to watch. It really is.
It's going to be a fantastic game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really good game. And I think you'll see strategic prowess from both sides, really, because neither of them are going to come out not tactically biased, are they? They're both going to be coming out wanting to upset immediately, wanting to displace the other team immediately, and we're going to see it back and forth from both.
I think so. Yeah, I can't see one team dominating for long periods. There we are. That it will be back and forth. I mean, going forward, Palace are brilliant. They really are. They find the pockets. Look for the spaces all the time. They got the runners to do it.
Yep.
So yeah.
Chris says the club is going forward to make the new stadium look good. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Paul says, I think Tav will be in the starting lineup tomorrow.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
He says he thinks he's Andoni's favourite player.
Who knows? Who knows?
When Tav is on form, he was probably, apart from Semenyo, one of our best players.
Yeah, absolutely.
He stands out. He definitely is a standout player when he's on form. Chris says, I agree with you, Paul. Tav needs to be in the lineup. And Paul says, people fear Mateta, but Palace must fear Semenyo, second top goal scorer in the Prem at the moment.
Yeah. Obviously, each team has their weapons, don't they? So, yeah, of course, Mateta is a bit of a beast up front, isn't he? Going to be really interesting. I don't know. I mean, we did our lineups yesterday, but do you think that it's possible that they put Milos in because of his height?
Definitely possible. I think with the players that Palace are going to pull out and some of the attacking force they've got, I don't see why it wouldn't be Milos and Diakite, really.
Yeah. Interesting point, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe with Senesi coming in as the sub this time.
Who knows? Who knows?
But again, it's strange, isn't it? Because with all the speculation for the starting lineup, anything can happen in the first 20 minutes, and that starting lineup has changed.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly that.
Immediately, the second half of the game is entirely different to the first half.
Yeah. That's what I love about Andoni.
Yeah.
It's from the get-go, isn't it? He's analysing everything. He's looking at each player. He knows where they should be, what they should be doing. If things aren't working because the opposition have counter-attacked him in some way, shape or form, then he's got a plan B in his pocket. It's really, really interesting to watch all the time. Absolutely love it. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. I did want to come back to Tav just slightly.
Please do.
Because he's that thought process and the reason that he was left out for me has bugged me a little bit. And I was looking this morning and there's a question somewhere that said, has his role changed from being a pure winger to more of a hybrid creator? I thought that was interesting because if you think back in the day, he wasn't as involved as he is now. He wasn't as part of every passing attack, as every dribble forward into the second. He just wasn't part of any of those plays. And now he really is. Have we seen that kind of develop him in a positive way, becoming that hybrid? Or is that hybrid creator role now much more in competition? So although he's got better as a player, he's now losing out on minutes because we've got 4 or 5 brilliant chance creators, brilliant visionaries with the ball who can look up.
It's what Andoni's created, isn't it? He's made players who are like in a fixed position. He's made them adapt to playing different roles. You know, whether it's a defender, a midfielder, even an attacker.
Yeah,
it's absolutely amazing. If you see the starting lineup for let's just say for the average fan, why has he done that? Why has he put Fred out on the left when he plays on the right? It's simply because he's making players play multiple positions, and then he can use that as a positive tool when things maybe go a little bit pear-shaped or whatever, or trying to break other teams down, or being more creative, like you say. So, just love it, really.
Yeah, good answer, to be fair, as well. I think you're absolutely right. I mean, again, given some of the players at the moment and the roles that they can fill, right? I mean, just if you look at the back 4 that we brought in, I mean, I think all of them can play at least 2 roles, right? Centre back and left back, or centre back and right back, or wing in one position or another. We've obviously got the likes of Brooks, Semenyo, Tav, all able to play on the wings. Our centre pieces, and Adley add to the wings now, and Gannon Doak add to the wings now. Fantastic, really fantastic.
But there's also this thought process, and I'm sure Andoni must have taken a bit on board of what Pep did at Man City when he put Stones from centre back, he put him up in midfield, didn't he? And eventually Walker. It took a while to do it. And then Liverpool followed with Trent, didn't they? From full-back up into midfield,
Right.
pushing them forward. So basically adjusting, adding more to their game. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's needed for a bit of diversification, because otherwise every club knows what you're doing. You're
Exactly.
you have to be different. You have to stand out a little bit differently nowadays. Otherwise,
and you have to. He's brave, and Tony's very brave in what he does. Yes, he takes risks. I mean, what manager doesn't? But yeah, making these big choices, it is a brave thing, and he takes it on board. He says if it doesn't work, then it's down to me. Which is great. So exciting times, mate.
Yeah, indeed. Was there anything else on our agenda list? My brain's a bit foggy this morning.
I mean, can you just talk about, first of all, looking ahead to Monday morning when we do Cherry AM? For those in the chat or who are listening, as opposed to reflecting on the Saturday game, we sort of want to move and sort of take a look at the Premier League, standout moments or controversy or whatever. Feel free to have your say, so that when Ollie does his Cherry Slaps Monday evenings, it's all about the weekend's game. Obviously in the chat you can say great win, bad draw, bad loss, whatever, on the Monday morning, but the main topics will be about what our opposition are doing. So I'd just sort of like to point that out.
Absolutely.
Forward.
And again, I think what that does is it stresses the fact that Monday nights are specifically for that Bournemouth game at the weekend. So
exactly that.
We want a good hour-long chat back and forth about stuff that hasn't been mentioned yet on the morning show. So yeah, spot on there, Mal. Really.
Yeah, there's also came out last night. I mean, I haven't seen it yet. Dean Court Social. So that's something I'll be watching after the show this morning.
Yeah,
have some breakfast.
Absolutely, yeah. Please do, everyone, go and check that out for sure.
And you also wanted to mention about these international breaks, didn't you?
Yes, yeah, and if it has a negative impact.
Yeah.
Well,
what's your take on it?
So I think historically, I did a bit of looking into it last night, and I think historically it's a good thing. I think everyone looks at it as a good thing. Everyone looks at it as a positive thing, getting picked to go and play for your international side and then going away and, let's say, winning. That only has a positive effect coming back into the squad. However, there is a spike in, obviously, injuries and fatigue, stamina issues. So I'm not sure. I think I'm still on the fence in regards to whether I fully agree with internationals as a whole. I don't think there should be as many. I think you're right. I think we've brought this up before, that there used to be, once a year there'd be a couple of friendlies, and every other year we'd play a tournament, and that was it. Because now you're talking every couple of months there's an international break throughout the whole year. So I think it definitely can be reined back a little bit for the players specifically. For those fatigue levels, but I don't think it's a negative. Or overall, all in all, I don't think it's a negative for a player to go away and win a game with their international country.
I think from next season they're going to actually do the September, October. They're going to put them in together, aren't they? So that there's not so many breaks. I don't mind, obviously, when it's qualifications for Europe, World Cup, whatever. But then to throw in all these friendlies is, it's just about money, isn't it?
Yeah, it has to be, doesn't it?
To be honest with you, there's nothing riding on the games. Only say, yippee, we beat, Iceland 1-0 or whatever, or lost to them. It doesn't matter, really. To me, they're just meaningless games. Yeah, I understand like the England setup, they do need to get together. But obviously, prior to like competitions, whether it's quali or whatever. But these other friendlies, to me, they're just pointless. They really are just pointless.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you in that sense for sure.
I mean, that is the only thing I'd like to see change, because they brought in this like what's it called, National League or Nations League, whatever it is. You know, it's just another competition with more games for the teams. Why do they do it? Why do they do it? It's craziness for me, but hey ho.
Yeah, I think you're right though. Money, it is all money.
Yeah,
It's all money related.
Mm. Yeah, I know they're they earn good money, the players themselves, but like I said, at the end of the day, they're not machines, and they can't be continuously, flying around the world and being able to perform at top levels. It can't be easy for them.
Exactly. No, it can't. Paul says here, Senesi has been our best centre back this season so far, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Another one that stepped up.
And continues to step up and get better.
Yeah.
He also says internationals have a negative effect on me. It interrupts watching Bournemouth. Yeah.
I mean, we'd sooner watch them every week, wouldn't we? But that's because we're passionate about the team and the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have to take it on board, like I said, with Euros and World Cups and everything. They do need to have their breaks. It just drives me nuts. You could get quite depressed, couldn't you? You have a brilliant game to watch at a weekend, and then you think afterwards, oh, that's it now for another 2 weeks. What am I going to do? Because we're full on, aren't we? We just love football.
Yeah. I hate it when it goes. To be honest, I really do. As you just said, it's probably the only time in the year that you kind of think, what do I do later then?
That's right. Well, we got
Saturday.
We're all right now until I think sometime in November, isn't there? I think we got another break in. Oh God, it drives me nuts. But then after November is done, and then we go right the way through, correct me if I'm wrong, I think till March or sometime.
I think so.
So, that is it. That's going to be full on Premier League. Brilliant. Can't wait.
Yep. Agreed.
So, all good.
Excellent.
I mean, I haven't got anything else to add, because we went through our starting lineups and everything yesterday. Like I said, check out Team Court Social for those that haven't. You got anything to say? Ollie's lost this morning. He's really.
You can tell, can't you? I'm completely slow and a bit not there this morning, but normally Fridays aren't our show. They may be different next week. Who knows? At the moment, we are rolling with the plans, aren't we? There's some things.
Yeah, next week, Friday, Match will be back with Paul from Oz.
Nice. Yeah.
All right. As far as we know.
And
so
me, you, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, I believe.
It could well be that way. Yeah.
I think so.
It's certainly looking like it at the moment, but we'll obviously we'll post something up on Facebook, let the people know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But for now, please do enjoy tomorrow's game. Obviously, next time that you see our delightful faces will be on Monday morning. But more importantly, from my point of view, Monday night for Cherry Slaps for the reaction show. Please do get involved. Come and have your say. It is probably the only place in UK football in the Premier League where you can just come and call in and get involved and say whatever you like. So get involved. I look forward to seeing you all. Up the Cherries. Have a fantastic.
For those that go into the game, enjoy it. Give them a really good shout, and wherever you're watching, just enjoy it. I will, for certain.
Yeah, me too. Right. Yeah.
So thanks everybody. Have a great weekend. All right, stay happy and healthy. And Ollie, thanks, mate. And I'll catch you again soon.
Thank you, sir. Up the Cherries.
Up the Cherries.
TalkSport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
I should be like you, Melvin.